This story is about how I recruited U2, pretty important band in the world. Um, I'm doing the Conspiracy of Hope. Bill Graham and I had gotten a few battles about him doing a tour of the United States that I was encouraging him to do, and he told me to go get the talent, he'll do the show. And so I I flew to Ireland. I found out on one of my trips. I first saw them in Radio City Hall. They sent over a $10,000 donation and a couple tickets. My secretary boyfriend didn't show up, so I asked if Jack, would you go with me to see this band? So I did. Got there. I saw Chief Joseph on the backstage and the picture of Dr. Martin Luther King, and I thought, this is my band. Whether, however they sing, I don't know, because I don't know music from Adam. But I could tell by the talent on that stage that this leprechaun was going to have a huge career. It was written on everybody in there that heard that. I mean, it was an amazing show. I mean, truly, wow. Even for me, didn't know anything about music, it was amazing. So I found out later I'm going to Finland for an amnesty meeting, and I saw that I could stop in Dublin on the way. So the show was in '84, and I fly it in middle of '85 um, to Finland, and I stop in Dublin. And one of the things I wanted to do for me personally was to see Sean McBride. He was the youngest barrister in Irish history. He was chief of the IRA when he was 21. He was Michael Collins' bodyguard. Um, he won his own Nobel. He won the Lenin Award. He won the American Award. He was true, and he was one of the founders of Amnesty International. He was like the administrative founder. Peter Benenson was the idea person, and Sean was the organizational person to put it together. And he was chair for quite a while. And I was dying to meet him. His mother was the woman of Yeats's poetry, fantasy woman of Yeats's poetry. And when he was 12, his father was hung by the British in the Irish Rebellion. And at 12, 13, 14, he was tutored by Synge, O'Casey, James Joyce, Yeats, Ezra Pound, and there's a sixth one, George Bernard Shaw. And they were teaching him every day. Can you imagine that? 3 Nobel literature winners. So I called from the airport, and it was early when I arrived, and I didn't expect an answer. I thought it would be an answering machine. And sure enough, he answers. And he said, "Oh, no, come right over." And oh, I was so thrilled. Geez, I couldn't believe it. I'm going to meet Sean McBride and get to talk to him before I go see U2. Oh, it was so exciting for me. Anyway, he was magnificent to me. He loved it. I told him what I wanted to do with the tour because I wanted the approval of the founders of what I was going to do with music, as I respected them so much. And here I was in front of one of them, and he said, "Jack, this is the perfect thing to do. You're doing the right thing. You know, stick to it. Don't allow them to throw you off. Stick to it." And we talked about Yeats, and we talked about his mother who could speak without a microphone to 10,000 people. It was amazing. I, I couldn't have had a better breakfast ever anywhere I went in the world. That would have been my first choice, and there I am with him. So I was really pleased. So I'm feeling leaving Sean's house. I got his approval for the tour, and as a founder of Amnesty, and I thought, damn, I don't even care what happens here. I'm feeling so good. So it was raining, you know, somewhat usual in Dublin, and I told the taxi to stay put. I got to get back to the airport to get my flight to Finland, and he said okay. So I go in and I go up the steps to the management of U2. Paul McGuinness is sitting there, and Paul, terribly bright guy and a very, really great manager. And he says, "What would you like?" And I said, "Well, you know, I have Bill Graham behind me, and he said if I get to town, he'll do the show, and I'm asking you for your band." And and I said, "By the way, it has to be typed up before I leave, if you agree." Because Bill's insisting I have it typed up. He wouldn't believe me if I just tell him, you know, you agree that I have to have it in writing, not because of you, but because of me. You know, I'm a new promoter. I've never even gone to concerts before, hardly. So at that time, then Bono walks over, and you know, I recognized him from the stage, of course. And I looked at him, I thought, oh, I better do something tricky here or something. So I said to him, "Are you really Irish?" And I threw him. He's, "Yeah, I think I am." So it kind of did what I wanted and gave me an opening to relax and, you know, ask him what I wanted. He said, "What would you like?" I said, "I need your band anywhere in the world for 2 weeks." And he said, "Okay, that sounds fine to me." I was back in the cab in 8 minutes. Called Bill Graham from the airport, and Bill said, "You son of a bitch, you did it. You don't know how well you've done today, but go on to Finland, my man. You did something today." I said, "Great, Bill." And I have it in writing. "Oh," he said, "even better. Oh, better, better. Now we got something." He said. So, and that's how I recruited you two. It was that simple and that easy. They're wonderful lads. Thank you.